Welcome back. Whoever's watching, welcome back. I don't know who's watching this, and actually it was very funny because just now I was getting ready to film a video and my friend Sarah from college hit me up and she said that she watched the last video, which was cool because I never know who's watching anything. But in any case, if you are watching this, thank you. And on today's video, I wanted to go over how to build a photography team. And what I wanted to start with is here at our studio at TNK Photo, it didn't come together out of greed. It didn't come together out of this is how much I want to make this year. It really just came together because I swear I didn't plan this, but Stefa's Photography, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. When I was saying I don't know who's watching these videos, but thank you for watching, he just hit me up and he said, your videos are really impacting me in my daily life. And that, I mean, fuck me, okay. You know what, that really encouraged me to film this just now. So anyway, if you want to build a photography team, it's not for everybody. So let me start with that. And I don't mean it in a way that I can do it, you can't. I mean, I can do it because I want to. Do you want to do that? Or do you want to shoot 30 weddings a year at 3,000 a pop and you're making 90 grand a year by yourself? There's nothing wrong with that. So you have to decide, do I want to take on the responsibility of having other people rely on me, or having other people that now I want to train or I'm going to train, and potentially they're going to go do their own thing too, and there's nothing you can do about that. Are you okay with that? I personally believe that people are generally good. So if I'm going to teach somebody, I'm going to teach them because I like them as a person, and if they decide to leave, I hope they leave in the right way. The agreement that I have with everybody on the team is if you ever decide to leave, just please train your replacement. Train the person that's going to take your place because I took my time to train you so you can make a living doing this. If you can do that for me, you have my blessing. Go and go and be successful. I remember I told this to Isaac. I said, if you leave, you better leave and go make 100,000 or 200,000 a year because you're doing it for yourself. So the reason I put the team came together, and the reason I wanted to do it is because there were a lot of times where a couple, a bride, a groom would hit me up and they would say, hey, we're looking for a photographer for this date. Can you accommodate for us? And at that point I was already booked, and I would send them to other people that I know in the industry, and you know, that's cool. I don't mind doing that. Even to this day, there are times where we're double booked or triple booked or whatever the case may be, and I'll still refer elsewhere. But one thing that I wanted to do is, okay, I had these core group of friends who organically came together because they just enjoy shooting. Why not train them so when they go out and shoot, they're going to give not only the same photography but the same customer service that I would? Because above all, that's really why I put the team together, is because I wanted this couple to get the same experience that they would get if I were there. And that's one place where I'm not really negotiable. If I can tell that you're very genuine with our couples, that you care for them, that you would go above and beyond for them, you're hired. That's all I need. The photography part, let's go, we'll figure this out. So that's what I look for when I hire. I think all of us are exactly like that too. If Sergio or Andrew brings an assistant, you know, he tells me I'm gonna bring Jesus this day, and I go, okay, well, I trust that you know what we're looking for. I know that you're gonna bring a good person. So that almost has to be like ingrained, that they know that this is the only people we hire. So when I met Sergio, for example, I knew that he was a genuine person. From the second I met him, he just told me, dude, I'm hungry to learn. I want to learn. It wasn't, I want to make money off of this. I want to learn. So I said, meet me here. Let's see what we can do. Same thing with Andrew. Andrew hit me up on Instagram. Hey, dude, I love what you do. Could you teach me what you do? And I didn't say, cha-ching, I can make money off this person. I went, yeah, dude, of course, let's go. If you can make a living doing what you love doing, then I'm giving you the gift that I was given putting in the work. So why not spread that, basically, is how I look at it. And when I met him, I remember pulling up to this coffee shop because this was before I had the studio, and I remember just talking to him and he just seemed excited. He was smiling. From the second I met him, he said, thank you so much for meeting up with me. And I'm like, dude, of course, like, thank you for taking the time. And I told him, just give me 2 years. Give me 2 years, that's all I need. And he looked at me dead in the eye and he went, Elmer, if you take me under your wing, I will give you 10 years. And I knew he fucking meant it. The only reason he's not here anymore is because he had to go back to India, and what I said to him is, do not leave unless you're doing it for yourself out there. That's exactly what he's doing out there. So he's building a team in India, or he has a team in India, and I couldn't be any more proud of him. So I'm gonna link him below all his stuff, so definitely go check him out. Another team member that we have is Sergio 2.0, and he came because we actually shot his wedding, and he liked the technical part of photography, which I'm not very technical, but hey, we all need that. Like, hey, do you know what this lens does or what this camera does? Like, there's always, him and Andrew are very much alike in that regard. So we tried him out assisting, we had him shooting eventually, and now, I mean, he's a tremendous photographer. So you never know how you're gonna meet people. It's just, the only thing you can look for is how good of a person, of a human being they are. And then after that, you can take it from there. So like I said, you can always build a photographer, you can't build a good person. So that's all you really need to look for. The photography part, it takes time. It just takes a lot of time. But no matter how much time you give me, I can't turn a piece of garbage into a good person. It's just not in you. So if you just want to learn, that's all we really need. And that's what, if you're building your team, that's what you should look for. And I know, like, a question that you may think of is, okay, why do I need to have consistent people instead of just hiring someone for each job whenever I need to do a wedding, a second shooter, an assistant? I can just find whoever. The reason for that is that when somebody comes to shoot or assist for us, if we're shooting the ceremony, we just finished shooting the ceremony and we're splitting up, I don't even have to ask, hey, where did Andrew go? Where did Sergio go? Where did, Isaac go? They're already in the reception room getting details, getting cocktail hour candidates, getting details of that, I don't have to say it anymore because we've already gone over it. I wrote out actually second shooter guidelines for our shooters, assistant guidelines for our new assistants. Basically, don't leave anything up to chance. If you are the leader of the group, you have to make sure that you give clear instructions. Don't ever get mad at your team for not giving you what you want if you didn't ask for it. The only person that you should blame for that is yourself. So when one of our shooters comes back and they didn't get a certain shot, but I didn't have it on before I had the guideline, I had myself to blame. I didn't tell you that this shot was important. I didn't tell you that getting 40 group photos during cocktail hour is what we needed. Take accountability. That's, if you're gonna be the leader of the group, that segues into the next point. If you build a team, get ready to be hated from time to time. That's okay. That's completely fine. There were times, I know, when we had team meetings and we sat down and we were critiquing, and I had gone over something maybe like 10 times and the mistake was still happening. And I got the daggers, because I'm not gonna sugarcoat it and say, it's okay, it's all right. No, we expect a certain type of delivery. So when it's not coming through, we're gonna have to say it, so on the next one, hopefully it gets fixed. And that's part of having a team and being the team leader, is that sometimes you're not gonna be liked, and that's okay. It's not the end of the world. People get over it or they don't, it is what it is. But at the end of the day, putting out consistent and beautiful work and having a high standard is most important, in my opinion. And if you have a team or a group of people that understand that, yes, they may be wanting to kill you during the meeting, but you'll get a text later on that evening going, hey man, thank you. I understand I messed up, and I understand it wasn't easy to go through that, but I appreciate the input and I will try harder. And I'm not pulling that out of my ass. That's pretty much what happens. So don't be afraid of hurting people's feelings. Don't be a dick for no reason, but at the same time, expect that high quality if that's what you're going for. At the same token, I always try to look at both sides. So just like what I said before, if a photographer doesn't come back with exactly what we need, I look at myself and I go, okay, what have I done that maybe resulted in this? So that's why I came up with the second shooter guideline, because if I didn't tell you what we expected, then how the hell am I gonna get mad at you for not delivering? It's my fault. So look at both sides also. Don't just get mad. Now, once you have a guideline, or you have expectations, very clear expectations, and they're not being met time after time, then you have that discussion. But always look at both sides. At the end of the day, if you succeed, everybody's responsible, but as the team leader, you're gonna be the one that people are gonna look at. If you mess up, who do you think they're gonna look at? When a company's messing up, they get rid of the CEO and they replace them. When a coach messes up, they replace them and they get a new one next year. What do you think is gonna happen to you if you don't, if you're smart? It is what it is. I mean, I'm not trying to be a dick or a know-it-all, but just be okay with every scenario. So I sent this list, usually I do that. I'll send it to Sergio and to Scott and they give me some input. And basically what he says is what I said in the beginning about treating your clients how you would treat your clients. That's really the biggest thing, is I want our couples, if we're doing headshots, whatever it is, to feel as though I'm there with that same enthusiasm, with that same passion to be there. We're not there for a paycheck. We're there because we shoot. There's been times where I've shot something and I think the check didn't come in for like 6 months. And I mean, I'm not an idiot. I'm not overspending and overextending myself. So I still edit the photos and have them ready just as I would for any other job. So nothing changes there. I hope this was helpful as far as if you want to build a team. I genuinely think it's been great for us. We have a wedding this weekend, and I know when I'm shooting the bride side and Sergio shooting the groom side, I don't have to worry. I know that he's getting the shots that we need. When we go to the ceremony, I know that he's going to give us that over-the-shoulder shot, and I'm going to be getting the bride walking from the front. When we're shooting the reception, I know that he's going to be getting one angle, I'm going to be getting it. We don't even have to talk anymore. And that has been the beautiful thing about building this team. So if you want to do it, you can do it. Just understand it's going to take a lot of work, and it's going to take a lot of dedication and some headaches. But it feels good when you go out and shoot a wedding and know that everybody's on the same page. I hope this was helpful, guys. If there's any other videos you want to see, let me know. I know that the wedding season is going to pick up very soon, so I don't know how much I'm going to be able to film. And also leave a comment below. I don't know who the hell is watching this, and it would be nice to know who's watching and if you're enjoying it. If you're not enjoying it, I mean, you got to this point, so what the hell were you doing?